Vaginas are absolute magic, and Ollie is here to give them the respect they deserve. That means shame-free supplements made with clinically studied ingredients to keep your pH in check and your pleasure a priority. Put yourself on top. Go to Ollie.com today. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
So let's run through the more obvious good things that we were promised would happen in our sobriety and actually did. The first one is our favourite one, of course, is the no more hangovers. I suffered terribly with anxiety-filled shame and guilt and hangovers. It was like the worst thing that I could ever experience in my life. Same for you, I guess.
Yeah, we've talked about feeling like having to call like the emergency and get picked up in an ambulance. And quite seriously, that's how we felt. They were bloody
I would
awful.
rather have been in a hospital bed with a drip going into me, something that was curing that day, because those days were so bloody long, weren't they?
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, and we were just talking about it on the way here, weren't we? You know, we cannot get over why we put ourselves through that. So hangovers is top of the list of something that we were promised we'd get in sobriety. We don't get hangovers. We don't get, you know what I'm trying to say here.
I know.
We don't get hangovers and we love it.
Yes.
But because of that, we have more time on our hands. So I think that's something that other people don't realise, but it's an obvious thing really, that once you don't have a hangover, you're not spending like 2 or 3 days nursing yourself back to normal health. You have more time to be productive and do things.
And also that you've lost that preoccupation with alcohol that you had throughout your life. So you've taken this whole massive thing out of your life, a big lump of preoccupation, thinking about booze, when, where, how, who with, all of those things. Once you've taken that away, you've got more time to be happy and do the things you want to do.
And that's time in your practical world, more time to actually get things done and get on top of all the things you need to do, but also space inside your head as well.
Yes, yeah. Have you got quite a lot of space in your head?
Yeah, I have now.
Just wonder, I think maybe you might want to get that checked.
I've got my smug face is gone and I'm left with total shock.
Better sleep, Lucy. How's your sleep since you gave up drinking?
Oh my God, so much better.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked a bit later on about lack of sleep when you're drinking and how awful it can make you feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, waking up, having had a good night's sleep, everything is different. Everything's rosy.
Yeah.
Another really good one as well is, and I guess this comes from better sleep and from not drinking as well, is your hair and your skin and everything looks better. One of the best bits about sobriety is in those first few sort of weeks. I remember going to a sober event one week and then going 2 weeks later and everyone going, oh my God, you look so different.
And the bloating as well.
Yes. What are you trying to say?
No, nothing.
Why are you looking at me like that again? Honestly.
We need to video our podcast. Your bloating's really gone down.
Thanks, Vic. Yours hasn't.
Oh, you set me off. I'm going to try and bring myself back.
Vic and I are less bloated.
Yeah, basically.
Although apparently I am still a bit bloated.
Oh, God. More energy. Yeah, general more energy because you're not hungover and you've got a toxic substance pumping through your veins. So you're always going to have more energy and feel better generally.
Yeah, I used to always get this dip in energy at sort of around 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I got that with my first part of sobriety as well. But that's gone now as I've got further into it. So things do change from when you first get sober as you get further into it. So if you think, I haven't got as much energy as I thought, wait, because it will come. And now, because I'm getting a decent night's sleep and I've got my energy levels up, I don't get tired in the day at all. It was horrible being tired because you get anxious with that as well.
Yeah.
And you eat loads of shit when you're tired.
There's so many repercussions from that, aren't there?
There is, yeah.
More money, obviously. You're not spending as much money. Although, I don't know about... Yeah, maybe we'll take that one out because I just spend more money on stuff I don't need, probably.
That's a bit like our last point that we've got on here, which is weight loss. Yeah. I don't know. I think we're kind of oversold on those two, more money and weight loss.
And actually, who cares about weight loss when you're happy within yourself? Like, that's a bad message. We don't care about weight loss apart from the bloating. But, weight loss, everyone goes, I've given up drinking, I've lost loads of weight. But when you give up drinking, you've done that really major thing. Weight loss can come later if that's something that you feel is going to make you more happy, but that's not something that's important.
I definitely feel about
health
weight
is important.
Yeah, I don't feel that I've lost any weight in sobriety, but I definitely have a healthier look about my weight as well. Whereas before I was kind of wasn't drinking and I was eating crap and my body was just looked generally horrible. And now I don't think I've lost the weight, but I've just got a healthier look to my body, probably more toned because I'm exercising more.
You're looking pretty buff. The other one.
I'm bloated.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Your face is bloated, your body's buff.
But my face is also smug.
Yeah, and smug. I'm not painting a good picture, am I? No, sorry, Lucy.
Yeah, I think I might go and join Alan on the
even though you're
couch.
bloated and buff, you're going to live longer. So
I don't know if I want to now.
Yeah. You're going to lower your risk of heart disease, liver failure, breast cancer, and all your tummy health and skin and all of those things.
You can't say about my stomach.
Yeah. You're going to walk out in a minute and slam the door, aren't you? These are not related to you, just so you know.
But the way you're looking at me, I feel that they are.
I can't look at you now because I'm going to crack up. So yes, better moods and better memory. So all of these things are the obvious things that whenever you read an article about people giving up drinking, they're the go-tos. They're the reasons why you should give up. But for me and Lucy, those did come hand in hand with our sobriety. But there's also ones that were more surprising to us, aren't there?
Yeah, they're quite funny as well. So we wanted to share them because we wanted to do a really happy podcast.
Yes, because the next one's going to be dark.
It's going to be horrible, the next one. So we're just being all cheery. But no, I think it's really important because one of the things that we were talking about earlier when we were discussing this podcast is that when you give up drinking, you honestly think that giving up drinking and becoming sober is about life without booze. And obviously that's what you think. It's about living your same life without booze, but it isn't that at all. Getting sober is about taking booze away from your life and living a completely different life. And I didn't realise that.
I didn't realise that at all either.
Yeah, it is life-changing in every way. Your life won't stay the same. It will change for the better in many ways. And we're going to share with you just some of the ways. And we've got more to come, more things to discover about ourselves and our lives in sobriety. But the ones that we've discovered, first of all, we've made a little list.
Also, I just want to say as well, these might change for people dramatically over the period that you've stopped drinking for. I think some of these benefits that we're going to talk about today, they might not happen in the first month. They might not happen in the first 6 months. Some of them have taken me a year to really absorb those feelings and know that what they are and that they are related to me stopping drinking. It's like, for example, when I was pregnant, I thought I was writing because the hormones in my body were pumping around because I was pregnant, but actually it's because I wasn't drinking. So it can sometimes take a while, and you have to kind of look back in hindsight and go, actually, that was because I was drinking why I was like that. Yeah. And that's why I'm not like that anymore. Yeah. So, these things might not be happening to you now if you have given up drinking, but they are things that you can look forward to at some point in your sobriety. And if someone was to come on here that was 10 years or 20 years sober, I'm sure they would add many more to this list.
They would, definitely. And that's what makes the sober journey so brilliant. It's not like everything all happens in one hit when you stop drinking. Things just keep coming up, don't they, all the time? Like you said about Disney woodland animals popping out. They just do. They pop out of the woodwork all the time. It's like you think, God, this sober thing is really good. I feel great. And then something else happens.
Yeah, a little squirrel.
You feel even better.
A squirrel with a nut.
Or a little bluebird.
Yes.
But, okay, I'm going to start. Can I start?
Yes,
do you think I could get by without being insulted?
Go on, you bloater.
Oh, I'm laughing.
No, I don't either.
I'm full of self-loathing. I'm going to go home and cry into my pillow.
That's okay. I do that every night.
My first one is that I think I am more honest now I know I'm more honest. Looking back, life when you're drinking a lot, there's a lot of dishonesty in that to other people because you have to get by. You perhaps tell people you didn't drink as much as you did, or I feel fine, but you feel like shit because you're embarrassed or you're ashamed. So you just tell little white lies to get by. You don't have to do that when you become sober, and you just live a more honest life. And from that, when you talk to people and you have a conversation, you feel more confident talking about what you're talking about and telling people what your opinions are, because you're talking from a place of honesty.
You're talking from your heart because you haven't numbed that heart out.
Yeah. And honestly, it's just something that I wasn't expecting to come. And even sort of making excuses for things. I don't bother making excuses. I was forever making excuses in my drinking days. Oh, I can't come here, or I can't do that, or I'm going to have another drink because. And it was all a bit of a lie and an excuse. Mm-hmm. So now when I talk to someone, if I can't go somewhere, I'm just honest.
Yeah.
Honesty has come with sobriety.
That's a lovely thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. honesty is good in every aspect of our lives, I would
It
say.
is.
Always be honest. For me, one is looking forward to stuff. Events, birthdays, Sundays, tea, bedtime. I know I won't misbehave anymore. I used to dread going out because I knew that I was going to do something awful. And now I can look forward to events because I know I'm not going to be awful and drunk and spitty and have red wine, blotchy skin and just be a total mess. Same as you with the honesty, I can go into a situation and just be real and be happy about it and walk away and go, well, that was fine and I enjoyed myself and nothing weird happened and I don't have to explain myself to anyone the next day. So I can look forward to stuff. That is huge for me. I was dreading my whole life because I knew my behaviour so well. I knew if I went out, I would be the drunkest person in the room within 15 minutes of arriving there. And now I don't have to worry about that, which is amazing.
Oh, it's so nice not to have to worry about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's if you can get yourself out to events and things like that, which we have talked about how difficult that can be.
That can be that can be a whole thing in
itself. It can be a little bit complex, this whole sober thing. I can breathe through my nose again. Did you ever have problems breathing through your nose,
No,
Vic,
never.
when you were drinking?
No.
Oh, God, I used to always get a blocked up nose every night. Now, yes, it could be to do with some other party drugs that I did consume
Probably
through about 20 years
we
of
are
my
party
life.
girls after all.
Yes, ex-party girls.
Yes, ex.
Well, no, we still party, but we do it differently. But no, honestly.
Party ladies.
That's us.
Yeah, crazy in our granny pants.
I don't think we'll ever be ladies.
No, fair
especially me with me bloating. It doesn't go together.
No.
No, but I did notice sort of coming to the end of my drinking years that whenever I drank, which was most of the time, I couldn't wake up in the night for a million reasons. But one of them was because my nose was blocked.
Right.
And I noticed that it was the nights when I'd been drinking a lot. So I actually looked it up online. And I discovered that it is from drinking. So before we did this podcast, I had a quick look and I've got a fact for you.
Great.
Alcohol has a natural effect in the skin, and that's why you feel warm when you start drinking. And it can also lead to short-term nasal congestion as the many blood vessels in your nasal cavity expand.
Gosh.
So that's why my nose was getting blocked. And I have got little vascular marks around my nose as well, and that's why when you see really heavy drinkers have got broken veins around their face,
and that's what causes a drinker's nose. I guess
it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was getting to the point where I was getting a drinker's nose. So that on top of my bloating, my dodgy stomach, my smug face.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Yeah, we were talking about me maybe going out and starting dating.
Yeah,
again,
it's not good. You could list those things in your profile, couldn't you?